Dune. Finally, here we are, getting ready to review this movie. I just watched it on HBO Max. I know many people will say this movie needs to be seen in theaters, and I'll get to that in a second. But finally, after over a year of anticipation for me, the new film by Denis Villeneuve, the adaptation of the novel Dune, and it's also, I think it's the second film that's been made about the novel from the novel, and it's been deemed impossible for any movie to be made based off this novel. So, who better than to try to do that than Denis Villeneuve, who to me right now is probably one of the best directors working right now. Everything from Sicario to Enemy, Prisoners, and Arrival, which has been one of my favorite movies in the last 10 years for sure. Who else can you really ask for as far as to direct a movie like this with this magnitude? I've never read the book, and it's very complicated. That's the first thing I'll say about this movie. This movie is a complicated movie to watch and to really follow along. I had to honestly read certain things while I was watching the movie just so I won't get too lost. And even to explain what the movie is about, it's hard to really say. I'm on IMDb right now, and I'll just kind of read what they have. I think the best one that they really have here is Paul Atreides, probably butchering that. A brilliant and gifted young man born into a great destiny beyond his understanding must travel to the most dangerous planet in the universe to ensure the future of his family and his people. As malevolent forces explode into conflict over the planet's exclusive supply of the most precious resource in existence, a commodity capable of unlocking humanity's greatest potential, only those who can conquer their fear will survive. So that's kind of the basic idea. And come on, a cast like this, first of all, you have Denis Villeneuve helming this. You have Hans Zimmer in the music, which is Hans Zimmer is just amazing with the score for this movie. Everything just feels epic with him, and yeah, it's awesome to hear him on this. And then this is the cast: Timothy Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa. You have Stellan Skarsgård, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, Dave Bautista. That's just a few of the people that are in this movie. And so yeah, much anticipated. We have all these things set up. You have everything you really need to be a successful movie, and you have all this hype. Does it live up to that? Now, there's two ways I think you can see this movie as. I think this movie is a 2.5 hour long movie, and it's only the one half of the actual book. So, yeah, you get only half of a book in this, and you can tell this movie does not feel finished. It doesn't. It does not feel finished. You're left hanging there at the end, with a lot of things kind of just loose. So you're really wondering, okay. And as far as I know, the second movie, the continuation of this movie, has not been announced. There's been no plans yet as far as whether they will be continuing the franchise. So that kind of gets me a little worried here. If no sequel is made, my thoughts on this movie will definitely kind of be lowered a little bit as far as what I felt and what I thought. Because what the heck was the point? It's very much like your movie can set up for the future as long as you make those movies, and as long as you can focus on the movie that you have in hand at that moment as well. I feel like movies like Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't do that very well. For example, it's a movie that just focused so much on what their future was going to be as far as the Sinister Six and what they were going to do with that they forgot to really focus on the movie that they had in place. And we all know what happened there. We never got a Amazing Spider-Man 3. So with this, not knowing whether we're going to get the conclusion to this movie, it kind of does leave me wondering if the end result to this movie is going to be to what people are going to want. It's interesting. So we'll see what happens there. as you can see it that way, you can see it this way. Be optimistic that they are going to make a second one based off the success of this movie. And I hope people go watch this movie and do give it, because I am going to be on that side of the fence, hoping that there will be a proper finish, a proper ending to this. So if I have that mindset, I will say this movie is freaking amazing. It's one of the most visually satisfying movies I've ever seen. Every shot, everything about this movie just had me just glued to the screen. This movie is incredible. I highly recommend anyone to go see this movie. Does it move slow? Yes. But to me, there was no wasted moment, if that makes any sense. I didn't feel like the slow parts really dragged the movie at all. I feel like actually you're learning and you're kind of understanding more what this universe is and what this world is. Again, I can't really say much more as far as what the movie's about, but just know that there is just these scenes in this movie that are just mind-blowing, and it's just, you could just tell that, I mean, it's pretty groundbreaking. And so in a lot of in the way that this movie was shot, Denis Villeneuve is just continuing to establish himself as the best director in the game right now, probably. I mean, it's arguably, I guess. Yeah, this movie, it's absolutely incredible. I want to watch it again. I want to see what I've missed. I actually want to watch this in theaters. I would love to watch this in IMAX to see how that looks, because just on the big screen TV that I have in the living room, it looked great. Everything looked awesome, and I can only imagine what it would be like to see that in IMAX. The performances in this movie are amazing by everyone across the board. Specifically, I'll have to give a shout out specifically for Timothée Chalamet and Rebecca Ferguson. I thought them two really had a good connection in this movie, and the movie is really kind of put on their backs for a lot of this movie. Also, Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa was also kind of a good breakout for this. I really enjoyed him and what he did. He's someone usually you don't really think about acting, but he did a great job. Oscar Isaac, everyone in this movie came to play. It's honestly, I can't really say much more. I do hope they continue this. I do hope they finish this what they have going here. Please go support this movie. Watch it. Make this movie a success. That way we can get a proper ending to whatever it is they're doing here, because all this is just a wonderful setup, from the action sequences to everything that happens, the building of these characters, specifically Timothée Chalamet. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see. There's definitely touches of Star Wars in this, and The Matrix, and all these kind of weird big movies, and it's kind of just bundled up into one. It's an incredible movie. I hope you guys do see it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Is it for everyone? I don't know, man. I think everyone needs to see this. And I know some people are not going to like it. People are going to probably call it really boring. I understand that. That's totally understandable. For me, I like when a story can take its time and tell it. And I can't imagine, because I know the second movie, there's just so much more that they're going to do, because they only give you a small glimpse. At the end of this movie, I don't think this is a spoiler, but at the end of this movie, Zendaya literally says that to Timothy's character. She just looks at him and says, "This is only the beginning." And I 100% believe her when she said that. I don't think she's just saying that to him. I think she was saying that to the audience as well. What we just saw in this movie is just the beginning. It is just the tip of the iceberg of what they can possibly do with another movie, and I hope they do that. Overall, yeah, this movie is awesome. I'm feeling a 9.5 out of 10. It's damn near perfect. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about it, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Just let me know if you guys have seen this movie yet. Are you gonna go watch it? Are you gonna watch it in theaters? What's gonna happen? But please watch this movie, Dune. It's in theaters now. HBO Max. Support. Great film. See you guys.